let's all be completely honest here. Completely honest. We do not give half the credit, half the praise that voice actors deserve. The ability to bring emotions to whether it be a digitally drawn character, made in Blender, hand-drawn puppets, or little figurines used for stop motion, the ability to bring emotions to them and make us, the audience, care for them due to their voice, make us believe that they're characters and not just plot devices. That's a talent. That I firmly believe is a talent, at least for me. Why am I saying this? Well, as we know, every character in great animation films must have great voice actors, or at least great voice acting performances. How to Train Your Dragon 1, well, actually the rest of the films, but How to Train Your Dragon 1 specifically, amazing performances, iconic voices, right? Hell, if we just blindfold ourselves and just listen to the voices, we can instantly tell who's who, right? Due to their mannerisms, their tone, their accents, iconic. And the live action, which I just watched, I expected to be better, logically better than the animated film, because we got actors actually reacting to the environment. Actually, they're running, and they're like, breathe heavy. We can see their facial expressions in the scene they're reenacting from the animated film. We see, it should be more expressive than the animated film that came out in 2010, 15 years later. No. No. I did not believe any of these characters, any of these actors to actually portray, to be actually the characters they're supposed to be. I don't believe the actor for Hiccup is actually Hiccup. I don't believe you look like him, you have the haircut of him, you maybe walk like him and some stuff. You're not him. You're not him, little bro. You're not him. Snotmouth, you're sure as hell not the actor for him. You're not him. You're not him. No. Talking about the live action. So many of these actors, they feel not like the characters they're supposed to be. Except Stoic. The only actor who's reprising his role from voice acting Stoic. He's the only one who reprises his role, right? As Stoic in the live action. And he co-created the character, right? Lots of his lines, iconic lines, are improvised, actually. Like, Odin has been rough, but finally made it, or something like that, right? He made a line, Gerard Butler. Only him, I believe he is Stoic. Everyone else, I don't believe it. Don't believe it. I don't think I'm being harsh. I just have high standards, alright? And I know this is I hate it, children's film. It doesn't give an excuse to be terrible, alright? I don't care if it's dumb fun. It should be good, at least. Maybe not outright amazing, but good. It ain't... Alright, you know what? Live action is good, but because we have the animated version, which is a magnum opus of a film, my favorite film of all time for a reason. Love the film. Huge impact on my life and many of yours. Comparing this to this is like comparing it's like comparing fried chicken to a sushi roll. Is that a good comparison? Fried chicken, perfectly seasoned and spicy. Comparing that to boiled, flavorless chicken from a sad chicken, depressed chicken. That's the comparison. That's what I can compare these two films with, right? The performances. Let's talk about the performances now. Since I've been, talking trash about it. Don't like any of them. They feel like they're reading the script more so than actually, speaking as their characters. They're cosplaying as their characters more so than actually being their characters. There are scenes where when they speak, it just came off unnatural. There's one scene, that campfire scene with all the, is there a name? Hold on. I want to see if there's a name for the teenage group. Let me see if there's a name. I don't want to keep calling them a teenage group or whatever. Dragon Riders. No, I'll call them Dragon Riders. Actually, no. That could be for... I'll just call them teenage group. Whatever. Teenage group. Teenage kids. They're the only kids in this film anyways. What was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking about. I think I was going to criticize each teenager here. Let's start from Fish Legs. Actually, Fish Legs, you're kind of good. Wish you had blonde hair, but hey, you're just fat and nerdy in the animated version, and you are fat and nerdy here. Cool. The twins. Oh my god. Twins? Twins? In that logic, if me and some other person who doesn't look like me wears the same outfit, same colored hair, we're twins. There is no way this scrawny mother yucker and this fat ass mother yucker are twins. They are not. They don't even look like each other. Not just size wise, face wise. They don't even look like each other. Excuse me. And why do they have ginger hair? What's with this hate towards blondes? Ash doesn't have blonde hair. Fishleg doesn't have it. You two don't have it. Why? Why? Is blonde too cool? Is blonde too white for you two? I'll talk about that later. Yeah. And here's the thing: they don't have banter. There is no banter. You know that scene, the iconic scene when they're fighting for a shield during the first level of dragon training against the Grunkle. They're fighting for a shield, and Tufna makes a sexist comment. He says, "Look, that shield down there has flowers. Girls like flowers." And then Roughnut pulls the shield, bonk, hits him in the head, and she delivers a cold comeback line. Oops, this one had blood on it, and she offers back the shield before it gets shot by the Grunkle. That was a cool I like that. I like the scene. Yes, Tupna was sexist. Characters have flaws. Characters have flaws. That's what makes them interesting. And it's not like he got away with it. He got bonked in the head. He got bonked on the head. And that scene in the live action doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Yes, they're fighting over a shield, but they just look at each other. They just look at each other like a stern, ugly look before it gets shot by a Grunkle. To be fair, lots of the humor in this film are gone, except the breastplate helmet joke. That's kept in. Nice, I guess. Everything else, not really kept in. Even the funny jokes that I feel should have been kept in is gone. The comedy in the first one was actually great too. Don't know why they had to remove it. Why do they try to tone the film down, make it more serious? Why? Anyways, yeah, that's the twins. Don't like them. Don't like them at all. It's not love. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. In the animated version, he's just, how to say it, arrogant, cocky, never got slapped in the face before. He got punched in the face, but never got slapped. Slap, punch, different things. Yeah, arrogant bastard, arrogant runt, and attempting to be a womanizer, but failing atrociously at that department. Live action, my guy, you are a soft mother yucker. I swear to God, I could backhand you so hard. My skinny ass, yeah, with my hiccup physique for the animated film, I could backhand you, probably cry to your father doesn't love you. Oh yeah, his father has... Excuse me. His father appears in this film. And he has some lines, and he actually interacts with his son. It's not loud, but like, he's so edgy, he doesn't talk to his son. Oh, it's so cool, he's so edgy. And I can't blame him. You have a piece of shite son. I can't blame him. Can't blame him. So, and people say it's great they added that, but here's the thing. It adds nothing to the plot. Yes, I guess his father's proud that his son rode a dragon and was bonking Red Death on the eye. Okay. By the way, I rewatched the animated film right after. His dad is in the film. I never noticed that. No one never pointed out that it's his dad. I mean, look at this. That's him. Him and Snotlout looks the same. Both have black hair. Actually, very few characters in this film have black hair. Black hair, a black outfit, and an ugly face. Damn, that's mean. That's him. That is him. Never noticed that. Neat detail. And he does show up a lot in the film. Usually next to Stoic, right? Even the final film when he's one of the people that Toothless knocked down in the end of the film when he's about to have that last ride with Hiccup in the film. Anyways, nothing important in the live action. I guess they... I don't know, man. Adds nothing. It adds nothing. Alright, that's not loud. Who else? Oh, Astrid. They changed her ambitions in this film. In the animation, she just wants to be a Viking. Surpass the tournament, win, kill her first dragon, and become a Viking. In live action, she wants to be a chief. Whoop. Sit down, play dead, make my life easier, and shut up. No. I know why they did it. And when I say they, I mean the people behind this film. I know why they did it. We all know why they did it. I don't need to say why, but we all know why, okay? I don't like talking about politics, right, in this channel. Don't like politics. Losing game no matter what side you're on. Doesn't matter. But we both know why they made her ambition to be a chief, right? We both know why. And she talks a lot more in this film, right? She talks a lot more. You know that scene in the dinner in the dining hall when Garber places a book down that had a description of every dragon, and it was just Hiccup and Astrid. And Hiccup says, "Hey, we can both read together." And Astrid says, "Oh, already read it." No, just read it, and she leaves. She said two words: read it or already read it. I don't remember. Live action, she yaps too damn long. Girl, I may not be a lady, or especially a cool lady. Hey, I seen cool ladies in my school. Well, not in school anymore, but I seen them with my eyes, right? I have not seen a cool lady, ever spend a second talking to a scrawny introvert kid. They may leave a couple of remarks, but they won't waste a time creating a conversation with them. Okay? Not saying it's all the time, not saying it's 100% of the time, probably it's like realistically 60% of the time, 70% of the time. I'm just saying it comes off as forced in this scene. Like, lady, just shut up and go away. Be quiet, you talk too much. The more you talk, the more I hate you. Get out. Nothing sexist there for me, right? Nothing sexist there. If she was her own character, alright, fair enough. But the fact you're supposed to be Astrid, I don't like you. Don't like you at all. Don't like you. I could bear with you, but I don't like you as much as the animated version, right? Hiccup. They messed up Hiccup so bad. Indirectly. What do I mean indirectly? Alright. In the animation, right? In the intro, we see all these Vikings fighting back these dragons, defending Berk. And all these Vikings share one thing in common. They're all beefy. They're all built like a tank. All of them. And they could probably pin down a monstrous was it Monstrous Nightmare with one hand. I believe Stoic could. They all could. They're all beefy. Except the teenage kids, but, I mean, they're kids, right? They will get beefy someday. And therefore, because all these Vikings are beefy, all of them are big, built like a strong man more than a bodybuilder, Hiccup is weak in comparison. He's built like a twig. He's built like me. He's built like me. If a Viking holds his arm and just slightly, wrenches his arm, it would snap in half. His arm would snap, his bone would break like a fish bone. So Hiccup, as we already established or assume, Hiccup is the weakest in Berk. He's the skinniest. He is also the most ambitious. I think he's the most ambitious. He wants to kill a dragon badly. I don't exactly know why he wants to kill a dragon. I think he wants to kill a dragon for a girlfriend. Or for people to recognize him more than just who he looks like, from what he thinks, right? I'm talking too much. Basically, Hiccup, we assume Hiccup's the weakest because he's the slimmest in Berk. And that's why, even though he wants to kill a dragon so bad, he can't swing an axe, he can't carry a hammer, he's weak. He is limited due to his physicality, right? Alright. That's understandable why he can't kill a dragon. And understandable why he's terrible at dragon training. He's limited to his scrawniness. Fair enough. Believable. And we all been in this place where we're terrible at one thing. We have one characteristic that separates us from everyone else. For Hiccup, that's just him being tiny. Little. Littler than everyone else. The littlest. Live action. There is literally a lady, his age, his size, with a wooden prosthetic leg that we see in the dining hall scene right after the Berk defense. And she kills dragons. She goes on an expedition with Stoic to hunt down, track and find the dragon nest. She's there. Hell, we see her plenty of times in the film. We do. And lots of Vikings aren't very beefy. They're all built like bodybuilders, more so than strong men. Even Stoic. Well, I can't really blame because the physique, the body proportions are unrealistic in the animated version. Well, it was unrealistic, but to find actors who are just beefy to play as the Vikings, a lot of Vikings in a village, might be hard to find, right? Especially actors and strongmen. Well, being a strongman and an actor at the same time might be hard to find. So a lot of them are not very beefy. A lot of them are just average size, especially Stoic. And as I said, it's a skinny, same age lady, more disabled, and she's out there fighting dragons. Hiccup, I understood your limitations in the animated version. Live action, that's just your fault. How are you going to have a lady, your size, your age, disabled, be able to kill dragons, but not you? That's a you problem, Hiccup. That's a you problem. You're not limited by anything. We see a skinny girl can kill the dragons. Why can't you? Why can't you? That's your fault. I can't feel bad for you. You're not trying. Or maybe you are trying, but the writers are making it seem like he's different by being... I don't understand. I don't even understand. Every Viking in Berk is supposed to be big, powerful, able to split a rock in half by headbutting it. In live action, they all just look generic. We could come across as people in real life. Hiccup, you're no different. You're just, I don't know, less ambitious than them. I don't know. So I don't feel bad for you. I can't relate to you. I actually try. You don't. I don't whine about it. You do. Alright? Man up, Hiccup. Man up. That's my one criticism for this film. Everyone's not so beefy. Everyone's not so beefy. As they should be. And it's important so to make Hiccup look weak. And you can't blame him for his... difficulties in dragon training, killing a dragon. That's it for the teenagers. Stoic, as I said, great. I will love if it was a bit bigger, but I know they can't. As I said, unrealistic body proportions in an animated film. They did as good as they can, and they did a great job. I like Stoic. I like Gerard Butler. Great actor. Glad he's reprising his role as Stoic. Excited to see him in the second film when he, has his scenes with Valka. Gobber. He was good. He was good. Nothing crazy. Not as charismatic as the animated version, but it was good. Aye. Who else? Who else? Oh. Toothless. He felt like a side character in this film. I'm not even joking. He felt like a side character. And I know why. Because this film, I think this film is 30 minutes longer. I think it's 30 minutes longer than the animated version. I think so. And that's because some scenes with only human characters, which most of the time isn't even Hiccup, it's usually Stoic or Astrid or whatever, are extended longer in the live action, right? Scenes I don't feel needs to be extended. It was perfectly paced and balanced in the animated version. What's needed to be extended? And because of that, we shy away from Toothless. We should have extended scenes between Toothless and Hiccup, but no, there's no extension there. No scenes were extended. I watched How to Train Your Dragon 1 a million times, alright? 3 times this week, the animated version. I can tell you right now, nothing was extended with Toothless and Hiccup. Maybe like a couple of seconds longer. But some scenes were as well cut down between Toothless and Hiccup. One scene that was awkwardly cut to later was when Hiccup encounters Toothless for the first time, as he's like laying down and tangled in the ropes. You know that iconic scene where, okay, we see, okay, I'll put the scene right here. Here's the scene. Right? That's the scene. Now, let me cut to that scene how the animated version, the live action version did, right? I'll do it again in case you missed it. That's how it was played out. We didn't even get to see his eyes closed. His eyes was probably... Oh, if you blinked, the wing tip would have been already on his eye. Why did they do that? I don't know. Don't know why they did that. I don't know why. And there's plenty of other awkward cuts. For instance, as well, like, without Toothless. So, like, the Grunkle level, the arena, like, the tournament. The first level, they enter, the teenagers, where they're going against the Grunkle. And, when we're in that scene where Hiccup's pinned against the wall and the Grunkle's about to blast, but Gobber gets his hook and just yanks the Grunkle away, and just in time, the Grunkle fires and blasts the wall above Hiccup. In a live action, you know what? I'll play the scene how... Alright, here's the original scene from the animated version. Alright? Now, here's this scene edited similar to the live action. I'm not capping. That's how it was edited. That was how it was edited. Why? Why you cut too early? You cut way early, way too later. I don't know what I'm saying. Awkward cuts. Awkward cuts, alright? Awkward cuts. Don't know why. Why they did it? Don't know. I don't know. But anyways, back to Toothless. Back to Toothless. He felt more like a pet than a friend. He's more animalistic. And his eyes, his face are less expressive than the animated version. I don't like his eyes. Hell, I don't like his design. He's way too scaly. They should have made his skin a bit more smoother and silkier with scales, like in the animated version. Live action, my boy, he is crusting up with all these scales around his body. And his eyes. Not only are they less, they express less emotions in comparison to the animated version. They're way too green. They're like emeralds, except these complex animal wild eyes we see in the animated version. It's just green, straight up green. It looks like a jelly bean. I want to lick it. I want to lick it and eat it. Sour apple flavor. And I feel as though Toothless was already comfortable with Hiccup in their first encounter. In the animated version, he was hostile. He was slow and he was, cautious, right? He was cautious. Live action, he was, He sees the fish, he's already getting close. Like, oh boy, give me the fish, boy, give me the fish. And there are scenes where I feel as though Toothless should have been distancing himself from Hiccup and a bit more tensed up. And that's why I didn't believe their friendship. I didn't believe it was real. Hell, I didn't feel anything for my favorite scene from the animated version, the Forbidden Friendship scene. I felt nothing. It felt forced. It legit felt forced. It's because of the eyes. It's the eyes. I don't know what Toothless is feeling at the moment. He's just looking with his eyes like, oh. This is the animated version. It's like always, expanding, lowering. Toothless in live action got acting lessons from Bella Ramsey. No, damn, that was an unnecessary jab. That was unnecessary. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think the crew understood Toothless. I don't think they even watched the first film. I'm gonna say right now, I don't think they watched the first film. There's one scene that pisses me off. Actually, I'll talk about that later. Let me talk about test flight. They were already flying. They were already flying high during the, when Hiccup was creating an efficient saddle, right? An efficient way to use the wing. They're already flying in the air. And then they crashed on a hillside. Well, the edge of a cliff, right? It ruins test flight, because test flight is supposed to be when they actually fly in the air. But we already see them fly in the air when they're preparing to fly in the air. Stupid. Anyways, test flight. I love the track. We all love the track. But when the track kicks in, the music track, when it kicks in the animated version, it kicks in right before they're both maneuvering past the rock pillars. Live action, the music kicks in while they're maneuvering past the pillars. Like, in the middle of maneuvering. Why? It seems that there's a bit of delay in the music here. It's supposed to kick in right before the maneuver, but no, it didn't happen. Kind of ruins the scene for me. Especially, and then right after test flight, where we usually get the scene where, where we find out dragons are weak to fire in the inside more so than the outside, which Hiccup would consider that knowledge for the final battle against Red Death. We don't get that scene here. We do not get that scene here. It's cut. It's not reduced, it's just not here. Don't know why. Now the scene that pisses me off the most and tells me that these people who made this film didn't understand it. They don't understand the scene. In that scene, when Hiccup's supposed to kill the monster's nightmare in that arena, as everyone's watching, when Stoic startles the dragon, not allowing Hiccup to bond with it, Hiccup begins screaming in fear, right? And when he does, Toothless hears from miles away, Hiccup screaming. He perks up and he escapes the cove by his own, runs all the way to Burke and saves Hiccup. It's a very beautiful moment, very beautiful scene. Him escaping by his own without assistance to save his best friend. Live action. Same thing happened, except Toothless only started. Toothless perked his head up after hearing the dragon roar. Hiccup wasn't screaming. Hiccup was not screaming during the scene. The monster's nightmare. He roared, and that's when Toothless started running to save Hiccup. How do you know he was in trouble, Toothless, huh? Did you just smell it? Did you assume? Hey, if you're only assuming, you are putting a lot of effort to escape that cove just to inspect the noise. It takes away the friendship between Hiccup and Toothless. Seeing that Toothless escaped the cove by his own, an animated version, to save Hiccup, because he heard miles away Hiccup screaming. That's a beautiful moment. Beautiful. Hell, I won't be surprised if it makes some people cry seeing Toothless go through lengths to save Hiccup in that scene. Here, doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Where the hell did that come from? How did you know Toothless? How? Doesn't make sense. I feel like they made this film just to make it. I don't think they made this film to answer a question. What would How to Train Your Dragon look like in real life? There. They didn't make it one-to-one with the animated film. And people say, good, we don't want one-to-one. Alright? Well, you got a worse version than the animated film. Don't tell me. I do not want to hear anyone say that the live action is better than the animated version. No, it's not. No, it is completely not. It is structured poorly. The pacing is an absolute slog. And I just don't care about these characters because they just seem like they're pretending to be someone who they're not. They're pretending to be who they're supposed to be, and they're not actually the characters. That's the truth. That's not me being biased. It's not me being subjective. It's true. Look at their acting. Theater kids from my college act better than them. Act better than these teenagers. I'm not even kidding. I probably acted. If I was given the role of Hiccup, if I was given a role of any character in a live action How to Train Your Dragon, or just even regular How to Train Your Dragon where I'm voice acting, you know damn well I would give my 101%. I would. I would rewatch How to Train Your Dragon for like one character I will be voicing or playing, studying them, their mannerisms and all that, practice at home by myself, willingly, not for the paycheck, not for the dollar dues, but because I adore the IP. I adore the franchise. I will give my all to it. My all. These actors aren't. They're so unenthusiastic. They're so I can see in their eyes just, like, I'm just doing this for money. I'm not going to get paid fat money for just doing these performing mediocrely. Is that even a word? Mediocrely. Well, that's a word now. It's just sad. It's sad. They ain't showing respect to the animated film as much as they should. Hell, not even showing any respect. No respect. By the way, I just want to say, I have one praise for this film. I love the outfits. Well, when I say love, some outfits I love, right? Some outfits I love. Others, they look authentic. And I love the fact they made the sets. And they used VFX more so than CGI. The dragons aren't CGI. They use like actual... they are CGI afterwards, but like, if you look behind the scenes, how they, just watch behind the scenes. I love how they filmed the movie. I love how they filmed the movie more so than the movie itself. Really, you could tell there was some passion poured into this. There was passion. It's just not. You know the problem? Passion from a lot of people, from the crew, more so than the actors. And probably more so than the people behind the CGI of Toothless and other dragons. Why do they look too realistic? Why aren't they expressing emotion with their eyes, little funny movements? Where is it? The actors could have done better, and I hope they do better for the sequel. I hope they do better. If they don't, well, actually, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's gonna be better than the animated version of How to Train Your Dragon 2. I just doubt it. I would love to be surprised. I would love to be surprised, but I doubt it. Live action, my verdict is it could have been better. It could have been so much better. Okay. Dean DeBloy, the director behind this, who's also directing the animated films, the How to Train Your Dragon 1, 2, 3, please be more stricter to your actors. Please. Don't be nice. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't say, oh, that's good. We'll keep it. Say, nah, beat. Do better. Do better. If they don't do better, threaten them. I'll replace your ass with another actor if you don't try. All right? You heard me. You heard me. Be stricter, right? Be stricter. Make them become their characters than just reading off scripts and pretending to be the characters. All right? People adore this franchise. They adore it. So please, give it the respect it deserves. As well give us, the fans, the respect we want. Okay? Don't watch the animated film. Don't watch the live action film if you have the animated film accessible, which you should. Duh. It's free on Prime Video if you have the subscription. You can go watch it for free. And How to Train Your Dragon 2. Go watch that. 10 times, million times better than the live action. So all I have to say. I probably have plenty more to say, but we're going to be here all day then. So, gonna end the video now. Like, subscribe, comment down below what you think of the live action. For the record, I think it's good. It's just nowhere near as good as the animated version. By the way, they call this the best live action remake ever. This is the first live action remake I've ever watched. Well, aside from Maleficent, but Maleficent is not really a live action remake. It's just a live action story of Maleficent, original story. They call How to Train Your Dragon 1 the best live action remake. If that's the best live action remake, my god, the standards are low. The standards are low. How bad must have the Disney remakes must have been to make you say that the How to Train Your Dragon 1 is the best live action remake? Damn. Anyways, have a great day or night, and I'll see you all soon. Take care.